Hey, what's up, guys? And we are live. Welcome back, guys, to my my second live stream. So I appreciate you guys being here. As I always said so far in my second one, please make sure you hit that like button on your way into the live chat. All right. The likes help, comments help. So make sure as you come into the room, hit that like button. So if you guys are here, please make sure you jump into the chat. Make sure you say hello and where you're from. Let us all know where you're coming from. And if you guys are here for the replay, then obviously you can still put that in the comment section below. Just drop it in to say hello. Let us know where you're coming from. So let me let some ground rules go real quick. If you guys have any questions, please make sure you put them in the chat section. All right. Again, if you're here for the replay, then you're going to have to put your questions in the comment section below. And then maybe at some point I'll get to those answers or make another live video for those questions. So utilize that chat function, guys. I'm going to periodically go back and review those comments, those questions, whatever you guys are throwing in the chat. What else we got here? So I'm using a new system, guys, so bear with me a little bit. It's a little difficult to navigate this thing my first time, but it should be a very, very, very good show for you guys. So I want to give a few more seconds for some more people to jump in. Again, make sure you guys are utilizing that chat function so we know exactly where you guys are coming from. There we go. Terry, the barefoot vlogger. What's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Here we go. Conversations with D&D in the house. Thank you. Chill, man. Chill. Thank you. Rubster760. What's going on, brother? I appreciate you being here. Jonathan, my man. Jonathan Williams. What's going on, brother? How are you? Who else we got? Daddy's girl forever. T. Neal. Greetings from Snowden, Long Island. Yes. We got 17 inches here. Hope all of you guys that are in the northeastern area, I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you shoveled yourselves out or snowblowed yourselves out pretty good. But I'm done with this snow. Who else we got here? So I think I hit everybody up that's here. Appreciate you guys. This stream is getting pushed out to Facebook as well. So you guys that are watching on Facebook, you guys can chime in as well. Southern California, Rubster. Listen, I started watching your stuff, man. That pool, definitely into it. So I'm going to have to navigate a little bit. So again, guys, just please bear with me. So today on the agenda, what I'm going to be doing is updating you guys on the Driver's License Suspension Reform Act. Now, these were questions that were asked in the previous live that I could not answer 100%. And, you know, I like to make sure I give you guys the most accurate information. So I have answers to those questions that I got from my local senator and the legislative director. So just listen out for your questions. And I do have answers, as I said. The second thing on my agenda is that we're going to be demoing the tint meter. A couple of people asked about it, although I did do a video on it. I'm still going to do a live demo, and please make sure you stick around for that because we do have a donated giveaway, which is the Arlo Audio Doorbell. Excuse me. Now, unfortunately, if you guys are watching the replay, then there's a very good chance that somebody, maybe not, somebody probably won this already. So make sure you stick around for the live demo with the tent meter, and this is going to be a giveaway. So stick around for that. And the last thing, my favorite part, the live Q&A. So I definitely appreciate you guys sticking around for that. So again, for those who do not know or who doesn't know me, right? But just in case you're here for the first time, my name is Darnell Leeson, and I am your gracious host for the Cops, Court, and Community Show. So that's me, a little bit about me. I've been involved with law enforcement since April of 1996, and I've had a very, very good career thus far. I was a big big summons writer. I've made quite a few arrests. So am I an expert in this field? I would have to say yes, because I've stood and testified before grand juries, traffic court, criminal court. And those attorneys always say he's an expert because of the number of summonses he's written and the number of arrests that he's made. So yes, I am an expert in this, I would like to say. So let's just jump right into the first thing on the agenda. And before I forget, I want to thank these guys here for your support. You have Set Free and Delivered, Michael Fina, Jackie Weidman, and Rolling on Three Wheels. Those guys utilize the super chat function on the YouTube app, and they made a donation to the channel, which I sincerely appreciate. And again, 100% of all donations go right back into the channel, just like this new program that I'm using, the software. You know, there are things that anybody that utilizes YouTube, to push information out there, there are expenses that come along with it. And the money that we generate from the AdSense of Google doesn't cover anything. So all donations, I definitely appreciate it. For those who might not want to utilize the super chat function, I do have the Cash App function for you guys. So if you take out your phone now, open up the camera and scan that little code there, it'll open up Cash App. So anybody that wants to make a donation to the channel, I would definitely appreciate it. Like I said, 100% of all proceeds go right back into the channel. So the money that I got from the last live, as you see, I put it to good use. I hope you're enjoying the live so far. It's 100% better than my first one as far as putting the information on the screen. So I definitely appreciate that. So what I'm going to do, if anybody wants me to put this back up on the screen, please let me know in the chat function. Before I move forward, let me just get back up into the chat and see where we are right now. So let's see. Chillman is from Queens, Rubster, Southern Cal. Set Free, hello from Corona. Rubster says I paid money for tent violation. Let's see. 24 lots of sun and sunshine. Yes, indeed. All right, so let me just move right on into the first agenda. And the first agenda item, folks, we know is going to be the traffic violations, the new law, Driver's License Suspension Reform Act. So these are the people I have to thank, guys. My local Senator Anna Kaplan and Joseph Herdman, or Joe, as he likes to be called. I reached out to these two individuals regarding questions that came up in the last live, and they responded very quickly. Anna sent me an email back. She says, reach out to Joe, send him your contact info. And that guy contacted me the very next day. So I got to thank Anna and Joe for providing me with the information regarding the questions. So these questions, there's only 3, so it's going to be real quick. These questions are in no particular order. I just put them up, on the screen as I saw fit. So the first one came from Rolling on 3. And his question was, will all my 511 arrests count in his stats? So as I explained in the previous live, 511 is just the VTL violation, the vehicle and traffic law violation. The section 511 covers driving while you're suspended. So he wanted to know if those arrests that he made would still count towards his overall total. So Rolling on 3 Wheels, according to Joe, I'm going to call him Joe. According to Joe, he says that there is nothing in the law whatsoever that will allow the expungement of any arrest. So those arrests that you made for 511 violations, they will continue to stand. All right. So the next question came from Jackie Weidman. And she asks, with suspensions being eliminated, will DMV notify such entities like TLC, Uber, etc.? Jackie, according to Joe, He states the answer is no. Although we know that any taxi and limousine commission, which TLC stands for, we all know that those government bodies are regulated by the local municipality. And if you are a taxi or livery car driver for like Uber or Lyft or any other rideshare company, they get notified when your license is suspended, and they'll tell you you can no longer drive until you take care of those problems. But the reverse is that they won't tell these government bodies and these private rideshare companies that your license has been reinstated. So he states that it's going to be up to the individual driver to, yes, notify them yourselves. So that's the answer to that particular question. And the third and final comes from Hector Figueroa. He says, what's to get people to pay the fine? What is the consequences for not paying except a bigger bill with each new ticket? Hector, according to what Joe states, that once you get notified from the Department of Motor Vehicles, they're going to send out these letters between now and sometime June of 2021. They're going to tell you that you owe X amount of dollars. Let's just say $1,000. And with that time frame, or within that letter, they're going to tell you you have a certain time frame to start making payments. So you're going to have to contact the court. So if you recall from the previous live when I was talking about it, and the traffic attorney here, Michael Beer, he stated that you would have to petition the court to get your license back. Well, the fact is that you won't have to petition them to get your license back, but you're going to have to contact the court to set up a payment plan. But if you fail to make those payments within that time frame, so whatever time they give you, I don't know, whatever time they give you to pay that $1,000, if you don't do so, they're going to resuspend your license. So those were the answers to those three questions that I could not answer because I was not 100% definitive on what those answers were. So I reached out, like I said, and I got those answers for you. So let me just jump back. If anybody has any questions about anything so far, please let me know. Let me go back. Let's see here. So Rubster760 states that I'm definitely done paying for tent fines. Looks great, but not worth the risk for you. We'll get into that, Rubster, when we get into that tent demo. What else we got here? Jackie Weidman is back. She says, okay, thanks for the information. Jackie, got you, right? Appreciate the comment. Appreciate it. Let's see. So I did ask everybody to check in. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. Barefoot Vlogger. I saw you. Where are we? Give me a second here. Here we go. Barefoot Vlogger. Brooklyn is hometown. He misses it. Anybody that does not know, I've been following the Barefoot Vlogger for a little while. If you have any interest of moving down to Florida, especially the Atlantic coast of Florida, please go check out his channel, the Barefoot Vlogger, right here on YouTube. If you're actually watching on Facebook, he has a Facebook group as well, moving to and living in Florida. So check that out as well. So let me move back. All right. So no questions. Anybody has any questions regarding that license suspension law? We're going to move forward and move on to the the window tent demonstration. So this is what I actually use at work. This is actually my unit from work. As you saw, it is the Laser Labs Inspector 2 tint meter. I utilized the same model when I did the video with respect to the tent, how the tent meter works. With the monies that you guys donated, I went out and I simulated. Well, I bought a piece of plexiglass to simulate a tinted window. So for all of you who are now in the live, you have the opportunity to win this Arlo audio doorbell. Now, all you have to do is guess what the percentage is of this particular piece of plexiglass. So start throwing your thoughts, your thinking of what this particular tint is. Any guesses? Any guesses? Let's see. Let me move into the comments. Comments. What do you think this tint, the percentage is? 5%, 80%, 90%? Definitely not 100% because 100% is perfectly clear. So what do you guys think this is? Rubster says 0.8. No. 0.4. No. 0.3. We get the point. No. Jackie Weidman says 40%. Not quite 40%. No. Daddy's Girl Forever also says 40%. No, that's not the correct answer. What? No clue. You go with 80. 80 is almost clear, but not 80. You'd probably find 80% in that sun strap, what you would normally see in the manufactured windows, that little light strip across the top of your windshield. That's close to about 80%, but no, not 80%. Factory tint, 25%. Jackie Wyman, 35%. No. So before I reveal what it is with the meter, you guys can keep guessing. I'm going to come back to it. So pretty much this is probably my favorite tool that I use when I'm at work if I'm doing any type of tint enforcement. I really don't do too much during the winter time, especially now with COVID. Really not doing too much because we all know COVID is bad, right? So the Inspector 2, it comes with two pieces, which if I have to test the windshield, I can put my hand, it's unsafe. I'll put my hand inside the window, and it has a magnet, as you see, and it just, attaches to the window magnetically. When you turn it on, you'll get the reading of 100. So all it did is it went through its internal tests to make sure that it is functioning properly, and it gives me a reading of 100%, lets me know that it's functioning properly. Now, before I get out on the road to do any type of enforcement, it does come with two platen glasses, which is how we test the meter to know that it's working properly. Now, this device gives me a reading, and it's accurate within plus or minus 2%. All right. So I'll normally test it with the darker one first. I don't know if you can see it or not, but wait, let me see. It says 28%. All right. And the lighter one is 62%. So maybe I can give you guys a little clue. 28%, 62%. All right. 62, 28. What do you think? Definitely less than 28, right? It's a little clue there. So anyway, so what I would do, I again turn the meter on, it gives me the 100, so I know that its internal test was performed and that it's functioning properly. So all I'm going to do is now I'll take the 28%, I'll stick it inside the meter, and it has a little flashing light. That's just simulating sunlight. And I'll put this in between, put the meter on, and as you see, 28%. So I know that it's functioning properly with a dark piece of glass. Now I'll put in the 62%. Same way, put it in, and you see 62%. So I know with absolute certainty that my meter is functioning properly, and I can get out there and do, my enforcement. So we have a lot of New York, Southern Cali. Was that right, Rubster? Southern Cali. Do you guys know what your legal tint percentages are? Any question? I'm sorry. Any guesses as to what yours might be? Barefoot Blogger, which is Terry. Terry, my friend Terry. Do you know what your percentage is down in Florida, real quick? Rubster, what about you? And my New York people, do you guys know what the legal percentage is in New York? 14%. Is that your guess, Rubster? Or is that your percentage in your state? No idea. All right. You did say Southern Cali, right? If I was correct. So let's see. Just waiting for him. But New York people, you guys know? No one? All right. Well, New York is 70%. And according to this guide here, I know you can't see it because of the lights. It lists every single state. So when people tell me, oh, I didn't know, well, I'm going to tell you what it is. So in California, 70%, and Florida is actually 28%. That's dark. Guess with all of that sun. So in any event, so here's my handy dandy window, my driver's window. So if I see a tent violation, and first of all, let me tell you that we have to be trained. You just can't take a tent meter and go out and do enforcement. You have to be trained. So I was trained in the operation of this tent meter. So when I go to court to testify, I have to actually say that I was trained. And I was actually trained on this back in October of 2015. So I have to give that piece of information in my testimony, just to say, hey, I'm not going out there doing something that I don't know. But anyway, we still got some time here. Anybody have any guesses as to what this tent darkness is? Questions? No? Getting close to the end here. I'm going to have to give it to somebody that's watching the replay. So I don't want to give it up yet. So let me just move on a little bit. So the tent violation here in the state of New York carries a minimum fine of $138 for a tent summons. Now, some people seem to think that if you get a summons for your tent, it's okay. No. Technically, you're supposed to have those tents removed the moment that you are cited for that. Another thing people don't realize is that you can actually get a ticket for each and every window. So if you have your front driver and the front passenger and the windows behind you and your back window, you can receive a summons for each of those. So that's 5 different summonses that you can receive. Now, there are some exceptions to the law. And again, speaking for New York State, if you drive an SUV and your registration has the abbreviation SUBN, Suburban, you are exempt from the back windows because those back windows come from the factory the way they are. So that's the only exemption to the law. Straight off the street. If you have those 2 front windows done, you can get summons for that. Now, New York State does allow a tent exemption, and you have to file with New York State Department of Motor Vehicles. You have to get some type of doctor certification, and that certification has to be passed on to New York State. And there's a very good chance that you'd have to certify with a New York State doctor, and then you'll get a sticker. And that sticker has to go between the tent and the glass. So you can't have the tents and then get the certification because now you're in violation of the law because it says that it has to go in between the 2 pieces, the tent and the glass. So if anybody says that, hey, I want to get tents, I'm going to get my doctor to just write me a letter, that's not going to work. But anyway, again, the minimum fine is $138. Most times, if you can show the judges in the court that you actually removed the tents, I've seen probably 100% of the time that they will drop the fine down to $5 plus the New York State surcharge. So any guesses to what the percentage is? Let me just take a quick peek back into the comments. Rubster says 10%. Very close, man. Very, very close. Not going to give it away yet. Set free and delivered says New Jersey has no tinting at all allowed. 0%. No. New Jersey is 70%, just like New York. The Barefoot Vlogger, Florida, non-moving violations are $116. However, an officer potentially can write a ticket for every window which he or she believes is out of compliance. Same thing here in New York, Terry. Same exact thing. But he goes on to say no points to be added to your driving record, which is the same thing here. It's just really an equipment violation here in the state of New York. Jackie, 22% no, 8% no. Daddy's Girl Forever, 12%. Close, but no, not 12%. So anyway, this is what's going to happen. You're going to pull past an officer. They're going to see this. Can you see me at all? Can anybody see me? No. I mean, you could probably see me with the lights, but at night, this is a safety issue. This is a safety issue for not just the officer, but it's a safety issue for the operator of the motor vehicle as well. So anyway, I know my tint meter is working properly. I'm going to pull you over. I'm going to say, sir, ma'am, this is the reason why I stopped you. I need to see a license registration. I'm going to tell you that the reason why you stopped is because you have tints on your window. Based on my training and my experience, I'm going to give you an estimate. I'm going to tell you I believe that your windows are at whatever that particular number is, which is in violation of New York state law, which is 70%. Now, if your car is registered in Florida and you're here in New York and you get pulled over, even though Florida's 28%, New York's is 70%. So Florida is here. This is the threshold for Florida down here. New York's threshold is up here. So this is 70%. This is 28%. When I pull people over and I say, listen, your windows are below the limit, people think, oh, it's okay because I'm below 70%. But actually, below is up here. So 70% or more. So anytime you're below, the limit, unfortunately, it is a violation. So let's see. Rubster 760 says 13%. Well, I'm not going to reveal it, but let's just see what happens. So anyway, pull you over. I'm going to issue the summons for the violation, and I'm going to take my meter out. I already tested it at the beginning of my tour. I know it works. I get my 100%. I'm going to tell you, roll your window down halfway. So you're going to roll the window down halfway. I'm going to make sure that the window is clean. So I'll probably have like a napkin or something to wipe the window with, because if there's any type of debris, if the window is wet, can't test it. But if the window is dirty, like now with all of the snow and salt and what's going on, if the window is dirty, then I'm going to wipe the window and I'm going to make sure that it's clean. And then I'm going to take my meter out, separate it. As I said, going to put it on the window, and drum roll, it is 12%. Now, I said to you guys before that this meter is accurate within 2%. So it's either plus or minus 2%, right? Was the window dirty? 12%. Just going to check it in a different spot. 12%. This glass is actually 13%, believe it or not. So the meter is telling me 12%. I know it's 13%. That's what I ordered, but it's showing 12%. Rubster 760, you were 100% correct. So you are the winner of the Arlo audio doorbell. So I'm going to reach out to you on your channel. I'm going to have to get your contact information so I can put this in the mail for you. So let me jump back to the chat. You guys have any questions regarding the tint meter? I know I'm moving, along because I really want to get to the Q&A because that's my favorite part of doing these lives. I love answering you guys' questions because I want to get the information out there. So don't be shy. Ask the question. If I don't know, trust me, I'm going to tell you I don't know the answer because I don't want to give you some bad information. So I'm going to jump back over into the chat. But before I do that, guys, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you support your local YouTubers. That's what Terry always says. And I agree with that 100%. Support us. Subscribe. Why? Because it really doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. It costs you $0 to subscribe. Please make sure you support your local or your favorite YouTuber. You know, it takes a lot of work to put these things together. I know it. Terry knows it. Rubster knows it. Anybody, my wife knows it. It's a lot of work. So please subscribe. Make sure you like. All right. So let's go back into the comments and let's see. Set free and delivered. Once again, she's utilizing Super Chat. $5 donation. Great live, brother. Thanks for the info. I appreciate it. Every little bit helps. I can't thank you enough. Let's see. Rubster. Awesome. Yes, you won. Like I said, I'm going to reach out to you. Or if you want to preempt that, just send me your contact information. You can find it, somewhere in one of these social media platforms, or just look for my email on YouTube. You'll find it there. Let's see. Anything else? He's saying thank you, everyone. Congrats from Jackie. Let's see. Anything else? Terry has a question. Let's see. Are these tinting companies allowed to tint windows past the legal requirement? You would think that they would know the laws and not be allowed to sell tint beyond the limits. Well, here in New York, I can tell you this. If I went in there and you'll normally see like a 0, and I've actually stopped a car that had a 0. The car was black. I don't even know how they saw anything. But you have the 0. You'll have 10%, 20, 35. They normally don't sell anything higher than that because at that point, it really doesn't make any sense. But they should tell you, and most do, they'll tell you that this is illegal, and you're really taking your chances. But now New York State, a couple of years ago, they passed a law saying that your windows will be part of your yearly inspection. So even if you go into a legit if you go into a legit inspection station, they're never going to pass you. They're going to fail you because the windows are tinted. And if they see you pull in, most of the good guys will tell you, I can't even do it because if I fail you, I got to take the money anyway. But you'll find some unscrupulous places that will charge you a little bit more money. And what they'll do at that point is they'll pass you. So yeah, these companies, that are doing these tints on these cars, Terry, they should be telling people, no, it's illegal. Let's see, anything else here? Rubster is saying that they have you sign a waiver. Are you saying that before they even install tints on the window, they're having you sign waivers? Is that what you're saying? Pardon me. My wife put me onto this, by the way. It's Taylor Port. I like it chilled. It's a nice little wine. All right, so we're waiting on Rubster's response, but let me get back into the chat a little bit. Chill Man, still chill, says they want the money. They will tent for you for the money, but they tell you it's illegal. Of course, it's all about money. And listen, I get it. You're running a business. You're offering a service. Until New York State or any of these other states say, hey, it's illegal for you to install this on a car, then they're always going to take your money, and then it's up to you. And most people always tell me, oh, well, they put it on there, but I'm sure they told you that it was illegal. So yeah, it's about the money. I got a business. I need to make my money. I got to support my family. I'm going to do it. So I got you. I definitely understand that. Oh, the Barefoot Vlogger, $25 donation. Thank you so much, Terry. I appreciate it. It says, thanks, 3C. You're a natural. I just figured out how to use this. Listen, I appreciate it. It's definitely going to go to good use. I have a lot of plans. I have a lot of things that, I want to get done. So between your donation and Set Free and Delivered's donation, listen, it adds up, man. And 100% goes back to the channel. And I have, like I said, a lot of ideas that I want to bring forth for you guys. So I definitely appreciate the donation, Terry, from the bottom of my heart. You know it. We've talked. I thank you so much for that. What else we got? Anything else? Rupsurge says, from what I can remember, you haven't had a tent in a while. All right, I appreciate it. Listen, that's what I'll do. I'm going to look into that. I'll find out. And on my next one, I'm going to give you credit for that question. So let me just mark the time. And somebody just mark the time for me. Just put, the time that the video is, whatever time we at right now, 7:37. Just put 7:37. So when I go back and review the chat, at least I'll know exactly where to look for it. Let's see. Rubster sent a $4.99 super sticker. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it, man. Again, every little bit helps. So I appreciate the super sticker, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chill Man. Thank you, Jackie. Yes, another day down. Another day down. And not going to put that here, but another day down. Yes, sir. So 7:37. Thank you. Conversations with D&D, my lovely wife. If you haven't checked out her stuff, and I wanted her to put some information out there, but we're definitely going to put a network. So her YouTube videos are now going to be her interviewing skills definitely blows me out of the water. That's for sure. That's not even a lie. All right. So again, make sure you guys hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I definitely appreciate it. The algorithm appreciates it. It just boosts me up just a little bit more. So I definitely appreciate it. All right. So we're done with the tint meter thing. I know we kind of jumped into we really didn't jump into the Q&A, but let's just jump right into this live Q&A. Oh, I love this. This is great. I love it. I love it. All right. So, guys, we are in the live Q&A. Please make sure you ask your questions, man. Whatever you want to know about the vehicle and traffic law, especially you guys here in New York, I can answer those questions. Terry, can't help you. Sorry. Not yet. Rubster 760. Can't help you either. Although my son is in Cali. I'm going to have to get him on and let him talk about what he does over there. He's enjoying it. Funny. Jackie says, D&D, Conversations in D&D will be on Apple TV, Google TV, Roku Player this coming March 2021. Aside from your Spotify's and Apple Music and things like that, these Apple TV and these other television platforms will be debuting her video. So I'm very happy for her. I'm very proud of her. So she's going to be the next star, just going to overshadow me. All right, so let's get into the Q&A. Terry asks, so if you get a ticket for improper tint, I take it you have to remove and retint the windows. How does that work, and how much time do they give you? Do they come back to recheck your tint? Well, the answer to that question is, well, let me break it down. So if you get a ticket for improper tint, that's really your warning that your windows are too dark. So you're going to have to take those window tints off, either yourself or you're going to have to pay somebody, and nobody's coming outside to check. Not at all. So you can just pay the ticket, spend $138. You're going to have that mark against you in a sense, but no points. But there is no time limit. Nobody's coming to check. You don't have to go to any inspection place or anything like that. So once you get the ticket, it's up to you. Either you're going to fight it or you're just going to pay it. And for something like that, I've issued plenty of tint summonses, and I don't think 5-10 people have showed up in court since 2015. Like I said, I was only trained on this particular meter in 2015. So since then, not a lot of people have come to dispute that summons. Jackie saying that live thing for the Q&A. Listen, that's good. Listen, the money you donated, it brought this, to the table for me. So it's funny, but I got to thank you for it. So I'm happy to present, my content in a fun, loving way. So what else we got? Conversations with D&D says, if you have a hot topic you would like to discuss, a business, book, or venture, and would like to interview, please reach out to her. A little selfish plug there, I might add. But yeah, please reach out to her. It can only help further her dream and further, her business, man. That's all. That's what it is. Okay. So no questions, my New York folk. No questions, no comments, no concerns. We're 44 minutes into this live, and I've gotten one question from Florida about window tints, and that's what would happen here. Let me just go back, just in case I missed anything. Just scroll back up. From the very beginning, Terry, loving the music, appreciate it, man. He's saying hello to Danielle and Darnell, the D&Ds. Again, Jonathan Williams saying, what's up, Chief? What's going on, brother? I hope everything is good down there in Virginia. Jonathan actually was working with me, in a sense, with the local fire department. He packed up, moved his family down to the Virginia Beach area, and started his own business. And I don't know if you're still here, Jonathan, or not, but, if you can put your information in the chat down below so we can share that with you. We did that at the, during the last live. So definitely appreciate that. Terry's saying it's a high of 72, chilly 64. Definitely beats what's going on here, man. I don't have to tell you. Let's see here. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Didn't want to miss anybody. Terry did say tent is huge down here. It's practically a must because of the hot sun. Yeah. But I've heard people getting pulled over, because their vehicles are out of compliance as well down there. So that 28%, I don't know how much darker, these people want to get their windows tinted. So Chillman, still chill, asked Rubster, how much did you pay for the tent fine? And he says around 85 plus the cost of the tent, 140. Yeah, not good. Set free and delivered says, I wanted tents last summer, but did not want to risk getting a fine. Yeah, it's a safety issue, especially at night. It's hard to see. It could cause an accident. Listen, I have tents on my window. I'm not, going to say that I don't. Are my windows out of compliance with the state law? Not going to say they are. But yeah, I have tents on my window as well. It gets a little hot sometimes, and the tents definitely help keep the vehicle cool for sure. Keep going. Make sure I didn't miss anything or anybody. Terry, thanks so much for the shout outs, man. Listen, you're my number one guy, man. I'm always going to shout you out. And by the way, I got an email notification that my Barefoot Vlogger apparel is on its way. Can't wait. Let's see. Just scrolling through. I hit a lot of this stuff already. All right. So Terry is saying, congrats, Danielle. Well deserved. Yes, indeed it is. Rupster, again, congratulations. Rupster saying, had a great time with everyone. Thanks for the awesome live stream. Rupster, appreciate you. If you're still here, thanks for jumping in, man. Like I said, I've been popping into uh, your pool videos, and check out Rupster, man. Something that I saw the other night was very interesting. He's shooting pool on, what are those things? Not the Segway, but the hoverboard. That was pretty cool, man. So keep up the good work, man. Let's see. All right, set free and delivered says, how do you get points removed from your license? Naturally, after 18 months, the points tend to fall off, but you can actually take a driving class, to reduce the points. I'll tell you a little secret. No, I'm not going to tell you a secret. Forget it. I can't tell you. Not yet. Next year, I'll tell you all a secret about the point system and how to navigate the point system. I wish I could tell you that right now, but it's a conflict of interest. But right now, after 18 months, the points tend to fall off. But in the meantime, you can take a point reduction course and, reduce a certain number of points off of your license. But the best way to have points removed from your license is don't do anything to get any points. She says, tell it. All right. So we are 49 minutes into the chat. I still have a quarter glass of this Taylor Point wine. So while you guys think about some questions, let me just go back and tell you, once again, I've been at this since April of 1996. I started my career with public safety department with one of the towns here in New York, actually on Long Island. Spent, a little bit of time there. Had a great career there. Again, big summons writer, wrote a lot of summonses there. And then I got hired where I am now back in 2004, and I've been riding it out ever since. And if anybody knows, how much time I got left. So definitely looking forward to, ending my career on a high note. But the job is great. I enjoy it. I love serving my community. I love providing the service to the great people of the state of New York. It is, like I said, in the last live stream, that it's a thankless job, and I don't put on my uniform. I don't go to work, expecting to be thanked. I go to work expecting to be hated, because of all the rhetoric, which we're not going to get into, but I expect it. But what's funny is that when I stop somebody, already in their mind, they're thinking, oh, I'm going to get pulled over. And I shared this story on the last live. I pulled this lady over. She committed a little minor infraction, pulled her over. And right away, I see the nerves going. She's trying to get herself together. And I'm just like, just relax. I'm not the bad guy. Just take it down. Breathe, until she calmed down. And, I told her why she was stopped. I told her it's a violation. You can receive a summons. And then for the next 5-10 minutes, we were just having a conversation. And then at the end of that, she wanted to shake my hand. She wanted to say thank you. And look, thanks is enough. That's all you had to say, thank you, because I did my job. Hopefully you don't do it again. And she says, no, I'll never do that again. But it's not about writing summonses. It's not about locking people up. I said it, many, many years ago. The job is not about, writing tickets and locking people up. It's about serving the community. It's about doing the job, and protecting and serving. And that's what I do each and every time that I go to work. I want to protect and serve. I enjoy what I do. But I also, Jonathan can tell you, that, I served as a volunteer firefighter. I joined my local fire department back in January of 1994. And through, some hard work and dedication, I actually rose up to the rank of chief of the department. I served as chief for a total of 3 years. And that was such a great experience, to be in that leadership position. I'm no longer, active. I have what is called life membership, where I'm still a member of the department. I just no longer have to respond to any calls, and I'm still afforded all of the accoutrements that a regular member would have. I still go to, even though with COVID it's not going on, but meetings and picnics and dinners and, all of the fun stuff, but I just don't have to put on any turnout gear and run into any burning buildings or anything. So let me jump back over here. That was my little about me. Let's see. Chill Man Still Chill asks, how long does it take to become a TLC driver? What is the process like? Do you need your TLC to do Uber? Well, Chill Man Still Chill. Yes and no with respect to the last part of your question. So I'll answer the second part first. So do you need your TLC to do Uber? If you do TLC within the confines, meaning within New York City, so that would be the 5 boroughs of New York City, if you're familiar with that. So you got Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island, and what am I missing? Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, Staten Island, whatever. Five boroughs. So within those 5 boroughs, if you're gonna drive for TLC, which is the Taxi and Limousine Commission, yes, you need a TLC license. Now that process is a class. You have to take a class with TLC, which I actually did it. I was actually a part of a task force, but I actually went out and I did it. I wanted to see, what it was like, so I could have an understanding of what these guys are doing. So you have to get licensed by TLC. So you have to get fingerprinted. You have to go through this course. You have to take medical, drug tests. The process is lengthy, and more importantly, it's very costly. I don't remember what it actually costs to get your license, but we're talking in excess of $200-300 from start to finish. Now, if you're gonna drive a car for TLC, you could either have your own car licensed by TLC, or you can rent or lease a car from a company, which, of course, they're going to make their money off the top. So some of the minimum rents I've seen out there is like, let's say, $100 a week. So it costs you $400 a month. So you have to make that money in your fares and tips if there's work for you to pay for that car before you can even start taking care of yourself and your family. So the process is lengthy. It is costly. But going back to the second part, if you do TLC, if you drive for Uber or any other rideshare company outside of New York City, so Westchester County, Nassau County, Suffolk County, I believe Yonkers, and Jackie, she actually runs a group on Facebook. She can chime in as well. But those outside of the 5 borough areas, which they would call the suburbs of New York City, you do not need a TLC license. You just need your regular license, insurance on your car, and get approved by one of these rideshare apps, and you can go out there and start making money. Yes, Brooklyn. That's what I forgot. US Man, I'm sorry, says, I have a New York State tint exemption. Does it exempt the windshield as well, or can I still be ticketed for that? Always like to be legal. Very good question. Is US Man or US Man? I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong, but the answer to that question is no, it does not. That exemption does not cover the windshield. You are only restricted to the upper 6 inches from the windshield. So earlier on in the live, I mentioned what's called the sun strap. So that little piece of factory tint that's on that windshield, you can only go from the upper part to 6 inches. That's it. So there's a line, and I believe it's, I can't remember, but look at your windshield. It's a it's a federal number. And I don't know if it's US 1 or something, but there's a little one with like a little arrow. It's in black. It's very, very small. So if you go out on the driver's side of your window, if you go out on the windshield and you take a look, there's a little icon and a number. That's as far as that tint can go. And that's That's it. So if you have that entire front windshield tinted and you get stopped, you're going to get summons if it falls below that 70%. So I hope I answered your question on that one. So Jackie says, wait, let me go back. I'm sorry. Chill Man Still Chill says a lot of TLC drivers have tints also. Yes, they do. And I'll tell you this, any New York City license, which is another cost because you got to pay for your car to get licensed with what they call the diamond on your car. You got to get your car inspected every 3 months if you're licensed with TLC. A regular car, 1 year. TLC, every 3 months. So if those guys have tints on their window, they actually have to have them removed before they go back to the TLC inspection station, because you have to go to the TLC inspection station, which is in Woodside, Queens, New York, to get your car inspected by them. And it's a rigorous, man. It's a rigorous inspection. It's definitely well above and beyond what a regular New York State inspection entails. And by right, it really should be. I'm sorry. Good question about the TLC thing. I'm sure, right? Is that correct? But I understand why it's more rigorous, because you have passengers in your car, and New York City obviously wants to make sure that those passengers are safe. So, yeah, a lot of TLC people have, tints on their window, but they got to have them off. And how they're getting around it, I don't know. If they're going into that inspection station with those tints on, I don't see how TLC is passing them. So Jackie says, TNC, New York City suburbs do not need TLC. Use your private car. Right now, Uber and Lyft are not taking new drivers at this time. I don't think New York City is either. Yes, that is correct. I didn't know about the suburbs, but I know New York City did stop taking any new drivers on. They're trying to get those numbers down. Let's see. So I have no more questions. I gave you a little bit about me. I gave you a lot about me. We are 1 hour and actually 1 hour on the button on the live. Any further questions? Let's see. TLC, US man or US man? Again, I'm sorry. It says TLC inspection is every 2 years for Uber drivers. The 3-month inspection is the regular New York State inspection that most gas stations will do for you. I do stand corrected. That is 100% correct. So you still got to get, past that tent thing. And unless you're paying somebody to turn a blind eye, they're going to fail you. But you're 100% right. My apologies on that. All righty. And I hope, let's say, still illegal nonetheless. Yes, still illegal. Absolutely. So again, like I said, we're 1 hour into the live. Any more questions, comments, concerns? I'm trying to work on something for the next live. I do have some ideas. I wanted to do it every week, but every week is a little challenging for me with responsibilities, obviously work and family and things like that. I would love to come on once a week and, bring you guys some information. But I know this particular, I guess, idea that I have, it's not related to the vehicle and traffic law, but New York State just passed. Well, it was passed, but it's taking effect now with these membership renewal things. Don't want to get too much into it, but if you have a membership that's paid with some type of service, New York State passed a law that requires you be notified. It's not automatic anymore. So I have some information on that. It's not going to be the full boat of the live, but I definitely want to bring that because that's important. If it's hitting people in the pocket, that's an important thing that New York State is bringing out to protect its citizens. Set Free is asking, what is next week's topic? Not 100% sure yet. Again, I have some ideas, and I'm just trying this again. This is my second live. I'm not a natural like Terry. Terry, man, somebody just go to his channel, man. So much information, and Terry goes 2, 3, 4 hours, man. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. But listen, I'm here as long as you guys want me here. But I have some ideas, and I don't want to commit to anything just yet. Set Free. Oh, look who we have here. Just jumping in. Big Mac Sam. Just hopping on. Couldn't be here in the beginning. Make sure to listen in my car. What's going on, Big Man Sam? Big Man Sam, one of the first people that I interviewed on the channel from my rebrand. Go to check out his channel. I'm sure you guys will find some great entertainment there. He's a driving school instructor. He has a YouTube channel as well. So Big Mac Sam, appreciate you being here, man. Better late than never. Definitely appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. How'd you make out with the snow, man? I know we chit-chatted a little bit, but how'd you make out, man? Chill, man. Great info. Thanks, everyone. Terry, no way. You're the best, brother. I'll use your words, man. You're too kind. You're too kind, but I appreciate it, man. It's hard work doing a live, man. I didn't see Rolling on 3 jump in the chat yet. He's probably working, but he's the one that pushed me to do the live, man. He says, do it, get out there and do it. So here I am. Number 2 almost in the can. Number 2 is almost in the can. Jackie says, I don't know if you had this topic, but the speed and red light cameras, bus lanes, etc. That's a good one. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to get the California Alan Bayless. I just did a telephone interview with him. I'd like to get him on live. Unfortunately, you know, he couldn't commit to going on video just yet. But I'm going to reach out to him and probably get him on live with me, which is a fantastic function that I have available to me, is to bring people in to my streams live. It's fantastic. I can't wait to utilize that function. So yeah, the red light, speed light camera thing. I did something early on with those mobile speed cameras, and those things, they'll get you in a heartbeat. I did something very early on, and that was on my podcast. And we're talking probably 5 years ago with the podcast, and that guy broke down everything about those things. So maybe I'll do a video, you know, on those things again. But that's good. Speed and red light cameras, yeah. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll think about it. Let's see. So Big Mac Sam was saying, not too bad. His car was covered. Not bad, though. I didn't have to dig myself out. Thank God. Yeah. We got 17 inches here, Big Mac Sam. Definitely sick of this snow, man. So sick of it. Us man saying mobile speed cameras sound terrible. Where are you from? Us man or US man? Is it US man or us man? Which one? US man put a 1, us man put a 2, so we know. But yeah, those mobile speed cameras, they are the worst. They are nondescript vehicle. They're normally white, like this little courier type of vehicle. And they have an operator that sits on the passenger side, and they have this high resolution camera, radar. And once you go by, and they're normally in, you know, school zones. Once you go by, you know, that camera, just like a regular, you know, one that's on a pole, they get you. And, you know, right then and there, that guy can make the determination. All right, is this an emergency vehicle responding to something? And he can delete the image right then and there. But if it's just regular, you know, Joe or Jane Smith, they got you, man. And those things, they blend in, and that's the purpose. They blend in with the regular cars parked, but you just got to look out for the orange safety cones because they have to put those out. So if you see a nondescript white courier type van, those small little compact vans, in New York City, if you see one of those and some orange cones, don't think it's like a cable company car or something like that. It's a speed camera car. Look out for that. They have to put those things out. That's the only way that they're sitting on the road, doing some type of speed enforcement. So I did say number 2 was Us Man, right? So Us Man, Long Island. Appreciate you, man. So he says, did I miss it? Damn, I never heard of those before. Got to be more careful. They're not here on Long Island, man. They're not here on Long Island. Those things are exclusive to New York City right now. And what I love about Long Island is that they warn you before the speed cameras. There's a sign and it says speed camera. I'm sorry. It says red light camera ahead. That's one good thing about Long Island is that they warn you. They try and be a little tricky though. Sometimes they'll hide them, behind a tree, so if you miss the sign, you're definitely going to miss that pole with those cameras and that big flash on there. But New York City, they're all over the place. New York City dropped their speed limit. Those speed cameras are getting people left and right. And now they just petition New York State to get, a bunch more. So they're everywhere, every school zone. And the funny thing about that is, those cameras can be, 3 blocks from a school, but because they consider that, a school zone, those cameras are there, man. Let's see. Frank is in the house. Hey, Triple C, came to say hi and drop a like. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Frank, thanks for stopping by, man. I definitely appreciate it. Definitely. If anybody didn't do so, make sure you hit the like button. I definitely appreciate you jumping in, Frank. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it. Do we miss anybody? Big Mac Sam, the answer to your question, StreamYard. Yes, I love this, man. It's great. It's definitely up in the game a little bit. StreamYard is great. So you let the cat out the bag. And everybody knows StreamYard. Yeah. There we go. Frank is actually a subscriber to Terry's channel, and he jumped over to show his support. So I definitely appreciate that. Let me go back. I missed something here. Set Free and Delivered says, I was sent a speed ticket from last year, I guess in Corona, Queens. Camera caught it, but I can't remember that far back to argue it. That's kind of strange that it would take them a year. Are they that backlogged that they're just sending you out a notice now? But that was a speed ticket. Yeah, speed ticket. So here's the thing with the speed cameras in New York City. New York City reduced its speed limit under their Vision Zero plan. So the speed limit is now 25. They're saying that more people survive accidents, I guess car accidents or getting hit by a car at 25 miles per hour. So that's the speed limit now. So the speed limit cameras or the speed cameras actually will get you at 10 miles above the speed limit. So if you're doing 32 and a 25, you're fine. If you're doing 35, they're going to get you. If you're doing 34, you're fine. But it's just best to do 30, especially if you're in, and it just seems like you're just driving so darn slow at, 25 miles per hour. But that's on the surface streets. And I know it's kind of hard, but they just want to slow the traffic down. It's not about money with them. I think New York City's Mayor de Blasio sincerely wants to reduce the number of pedestrian deaths and bicycle deaths and accidents. I sincerely believe, that's what he wants. That's why he instituted that Vision Zero plan, which I think he copycatted from, I believe it was Sweden. Don't quote me on that, but I know they started it overseas, and it's very, very successful there. But it's not successful here, because people they're speeding around here now like you wouldn't believe. So let me see if I missed anybody. Yeah, conversations saying, "Hey there, Frank." So conversations with D&D, giving you a shout. Frank, Barefoot Army is in the house. Yes, indeed. D&D Army's here. How are you? So Frank is. Yeah, what's the speed limit in Florida, Terry? Yeah, speed limit, and he answered depends. He's seen 70. So I shared a story the first time I got to Florida. My first time was Orlando, and I didn't drive too much there. But when I first got down to southern Florida, I went to visit my Nana there, and I picked up the car and I'm driving, and people are just blowing past me, blowing the horn. They're giving me the finger, literally giving me the finger. And I didn't understand what the problem was. I'm doing 55 or I'm doing 60 because that's what I normally do. Not realizing that the speed limit was 75, and they were just saying, what the heck is wrong with this person? So yeah, I guess it does depends on where you are, but where I was at 75. Jackie saying, as always, very informative and awesome. Good night, everyone. Stay safe. Jackie, thank you so much for checking in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Big Mac Sam just sent me a text message. Appreciate it. All right, man. I'll check that out, man. I'll definitely check that out. We're 1 hour, 14 minutes into the live, man. Appreciate it. Terry had said something earlier. Sorry, man. Getting the Triple C Army built. Yes. So Terry gave me the moniker Triple C. Everybody knows it's cops, court, and community. And Terry gave me the moniker Triple C. So I'm actually working on, for a very long time, get into merchandise. But it's not going to be the full cops, court, and community. I'm definitely going with the Triple C moniker on these shirts and hats that I'm working on. I just wasn't happy with the current cops, court, and community logo. So I've been kind of having that tweaked just a little bit. So, 7,000. Let me see what my last number was. Yeah, 7,100 and something. I'm not going to start digging around for it. And Sam, I got your message. Yes. We talked about that. So I'm going to bring it back up to her again. But 7,000 some odd people, subscribe to this channel, man. Where are they? I don't know. But right now I have 9 of you here, and I'm happy that it's 9 of you. I'd be happy if it were just 2 of you here, whether, again, 2, 9, 20, or, 7,000. I'm very happy. And I always say, if, I just help one person, then it was all worth it for me. I'll spend the hour and a half with one person. I'm happy because they're getting the information, and it's just making things safer for them and for me and for you guys out there. So numbers don't matter to me, man. I'll do it all for just one person each and every day, until I say I can't do this, YouTube stuff anymore. So yeah, we're definitely building the army here for the live. So I definitely appreciate each and every one of you being here. Let's see. Rolling on 3 Wheels is in the house. Check him out. Super sticker, $1.99 donation to the channel. Appreciate it, man. That guy, and I said it, and the last live, that guy's been rolling with me, and no pun intended, from day one. He's now got his own channel, Rolling on 3 Wheels, on YouTube, on podcast, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. He's out there, and I have to tell you, he's doing big things. And made an announcement not too long ago. He's now a brand ambassador for Can-Am, and is it BRP? You know, those 3-wheel bikes. So listen, I tell everybody, anybody that's doing a YouTube channel, keep doing what you're doing because you never know who's watching. So rolling on 3, man, appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for the donation. He donated in the last live, and as you see, man, I'm putting that money to good use, man. So I told you I was stepping up my game, and here it is, man. Definitely doing, you know, big things with the money that you guys donated. So I definitely appreciate you, brother. So go to his channel. You know, Terry always says, support your local YouTubers, man. Get out there, click that like button. Anybody that's doing a video, like, share, just watch the videos, man. You might get something out of it. So keep doing what you're doing. If you're doing a channel, you never know who's watching. Yeah, Big Mac Sam is saying only 9 people here with over 7,000 subs. What's up with that? Listen, I get it. And I started following, you know, subscribe to another young lady's channel. And she says, listen, doesn't matter how many people are in your live, you're really getting what she calls the replay love. And again, I don't care. 9, 10 people here. I'm loving it. I'm happy you guys are, you know, here taking this journey with me. So 7,000 people, maybe somebody subscribed for one piece of information, and they just kept subscribing to all of these channels, and I got pushed down, you know, in the stack, because that happens. But listen, maybe they were there for just one piece of information. Who knows? Don't matter. But yeah, 7,000 people. My numbers should be a lot higher, but they're not. But it doesn't matter. As long as one person got something out of it, I definitely appreciate it. Let's see here. Conversations with D&D says driving in the snow, you have to even go slower to avoid accidents. Yeah, absolutely. You got to take it slow in this treacherous winter weather that we got here in the northeastern part of the United States. Black ice, you know, snow drifts, you know, things like that. You definitely got to be careful with all of that. So good point. Thank you. Yeah, Set Free and Delivered says most views come from folks that aren't subscribed anyway. He's right. I look at my analytics all the time, and I'd have to tell you that of all of my views, 90+% come from people who are not subscribed, which is crazy. And anybody that does a channel, when you look into your analytics, you should be seeing that as well. I mean, is it just me? But you know, 5%, which that number has, and I have to say that number has definitely gone up, where I'm now seeing above 5, almost 6% of my views are now coming from people who are subscribed. But 90% definitely are from people who have not subscribed to the channel. So like I said before, please, guys, if you're here, don't forget to subscribe. If this is your first time here, let me say that. Please make sure you subscribe. And of course, do not forget to hit that like button. Very important. Very, very important. Let's see. Chillman says, I hate driving in snow and rain. Visibility decreases. That it does. You got to slow it down. Big Mac Sam, you pulled anyone over for snow-covered cars? Not in a very long time. We've just been very, very lucky here with the amount of snow that we've gotten in the past couple of years. But, you know, today I definitely saw, and it happened to be a TLC Suburban. He had to have had like a foot of snow on the top of his car, but I wasn't working, you know. But yeah, you really need to clean up your cars. You can receive a summons, you know, for that. It's dangerous because as that stuff starts melting and refreezing, you know, it now becomes ice. And as you're driving down that highway at 55, right here in New York, 55, that stuff can blow off the car, and it's going to hit the windshield of the car that's behind you. And at that point, you're going to have yourself a very nasty accident. So clean the snow off the roof of those cars. Definitely important. Chill, man. People need to learn to stop tailgating. Yes, that's a problem, and it actually is considered aggressive driving. So stop tailgating. Going to cause an accident for sure. Big Mac Sam. Most of his viewers are males, about 95%. Mine is about 80% male and 20% female. So everybody's stuff is different, you know. Rolling on three wheels says check your tire pressure when you drive in the snow. Um, I really don't know too much about that one. I know about the tire pressure with gas mileage, but rolling on three, can you elaborate a little bit? What's the issue with your tire pressure with driving in the snow? Good point. Set Free says alternate side parking resumes on Monday here in New York City. Yep. Move those cars. Big Mac Sam, don't break either. Very dangerous. Well, you're the driving school instructor. Can you elaborate a little bit on checking your tire pressure if you can when you drive in the snow? Because I'm just not too familiar with hearing that. Again, my whole thing with the tire pressure thing is improves your gas mileage, but driving in the snow, never really heard that one. Rolling on three, saying what's up to Set Free and Delivered. And let me just go back up, make sure I didn't miss anybody. I know it's important to acknowledge everybody, and I really am trying to do my best to get everybody. All right, I don't think I missed anything. Rolling on three wheels says cold weather can reduce your pressure. Yes. What's funny is something happened to me maybe a month and a half ago. It was when we got that first cold snap. I'm driving and my car is smart, tells me everything. And it just popped up a picture of the tire. It was yellow. And probably 2 blocks later, the tire turned red. And I don't know what happened, but it was really, really cold. And apparently there was a nail in the tire, but because of the cold, it reduced the pressure and my tire went flat. But thankfully, I have a tire pump in the car. My particular car has run flats, so no spare. But, I was able to pump it up and I eventually had to, take care of that tire. But that's a good point. Chillman says there would be way less accidents if people stayed off your tail when driving. Yeah, I agree. People, I don't know what it is, but people, kind of get a little irate when they see, somebody, riding their bumper and they want to play that brake check game and, tap the brakes on you, cause an accident. But it's just drop back, man. If somebody's tailgating you, just let off the gas a little bit. Big Mac Sam, chime in, man. Somebody just needs to get around you, man. Give them that opportunity to get around you and go about their business. You don't want to get involved in with anything, especially nowadays. Road rage is a serious problem everywhere. So we are 1 hour, 26 minutes into the live. I appreciate you all being here. Big Mac Sam says, when a driver is tailgated, sometimes the driver in front will hit the brakes to make the driver behind him or her stop tailgating. It can be a dangerous move. Rear-end collision can happen. Yeah, exactly right. Set Free. The city is just crazy, bumper to bumper traffic, so no choice there. Yeah, for sure. But you're really not moving at highway speed and bumper to bumper traffic. Rolling on three says, boom. I like the pop-ups. Yes, leveled up. Told you I would, man. But listen, that's all thanks to you and your fellow YouTubers or followers with your subscribers. So since you're here now, let me just go back, man, and acknowledge the fact that you're here. So I did say thank you to Set Free and Delivered. Mike Fina, Jackie Wyman, and Rolling on Three Wheels. So all of you that donated, you made this live possible. You made it better. So I thank you so much for that. Appreciate it for real, from the bottom of my heart. You have no idea. I definitely appreciate it. What else? Let me go back to my comments here. Yeah, so I'm all caught up. Let me go back. People set free. People are in a rush to go nowhere in New York. Yeah, well, listen, that's New York, man. You know, people, are always in a hurry here. You know that. How long you been here in New York? Nothing's changed. People are always gonna rush and speed. Until you get out of New York State and you go somewhere nice like Florida, hint, hint. You'll see, because the time that I spent down in Sarasota with my friend, I'm sitting there, I'm in the passenger seat, I'm looking at him like, why are you driving so slow? And this guy, he's a retired New York City police sergeant. I'm like, man, why are you driving so slow? And he says, yo, where am I going? Not in a hurry. It's a lot slower down here. So I get it. I can't wait to get down there and experience some of that slow life myself. Big Mac, Sam, road rage is a serious thing. It's one of the topics he talks about with his students. Always de-escalate. Yes, you never know. It's going to get bad real fast before you know it. Chill, man. Still chill. The rat race will never change. Nah, not here in New York. Rolling on three wheels. He's been hit twice in traffic. Yes. He did a video. He put a video sitting in traffic, right? Got rear-ended on his bike, which is the craziest thing ever. I don't know what happened. Why that happened. I mean, I have my thoughts about it. Did you ever find out? Did that woman ever admit to you what she was doing? I don't remember if she did or if she didn't. Let's go through here. Did I miss anything? Nope. I'm all caught up, guys. This is the live Q&A. So you gotta, I guess most of you know, the answers to the questions you may have already. But I appreciate it. This Q&A is for those that may have some questions, that they want answered. And that's why I got this segment, the live Q&A. Chill Man's got a little comment here. They get mad when you drive slow. The beep, I guess they beep the life out of the horn and curse you out. Meanwhile, you could be having a seizure behind the wheel, or people with medical conditions, such as seizures. Yeah, you could have, you could be having a medical condition. I agree with you 100% on that. But New York is New York, man. People in a hurry. The little one is good. Big Mac Sam, I got a preview of my little guy after our interview. He's doing well. Appreciate it. So rolling on three with that accident. Go check out that video on his channel right now. Says she was looking behind her, scared of the truck that was getting close behind it. Yeah, okay. I think she was doing something else. So allowed to drive, how does that work? Okay, so I guess that's part of your question. Are people with medical conditions such as seizures allowed to drive, or how does that work? You're not supposed to. If you admit that you have seizures, you're never going to be able to drive in New York State. I don't know how it is anywhere else. All righty. So we are 1 hour and 31 minutes into this live, guys. I think I'm going to be wrapping it up. Unless we got some more questions, any more comments, concerns. Let me go back, make sure I hit everything on my agenda, which I did. Let me thank you all again for your support. I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate all of you being here to support, the time that you're spending here, supporting the channel, watching the videos. I definitely appreciate that. But I know Big Mac Sam asked me to do it, and I like to close out, all of my videos with probably my favorite quote in the Bible. And that is, you know, finally, all of you be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another, be compassionate and humble. And that comes from First Peter 3:8. It's a very good, you know, passage. I don't just say it, but I try and live it, and it's very important. You know, if you read it, you know, finally, all of you, just be like-minded. Just think. You know, think like one another if you can, if it's so at all possible. Be sympathetic. You know, don't criticize. You know, have that heart. You know, be sympathetic to somebody's plight. You don't know what somebody's going through.